Games of the World. Russian Roulette. This week we bring you a delightful game invented by our hearty and daring Rusky cousins. For those who are complete duffers, it is relatively simple and has comparatively few rules. It's a game for 2 or more chums. Things you will require: 1 gun, 1 bullet, though if you're playing multiple rounds, you may need more. 1 stiff drink, probably more than 1. 1 mop and 1 bucket. Lots of old sheets, or failing that, some old newspapers. Safety note: do make sure the gun you're using is a revolver, as using an automatic in this game increases your chances of being prematurely eliminated exponentially. How to prepare. In the room you will be using, lay your sheets or newspaper liberally on the floor and all surfaces you wish to protect, as this game can be quite messy, particularly if you play multiple rounds. Wooden chairs are recommended, as they are easier to clean than your nice, comfortable armchairs. Pour a glass of your tipple of choice for each of the participants, and be sure to have a ready supply, as it's likely you'll find yourself wanting to drink liberally. All there is to do now is place the gun and the bullet on the table. On the table. This is in order that anyone who wishes to participate may inspect the bullet before the game commences. Be sure to prepare your last will and testament and put your affairs in order before the game commences. You are now ready to begin. Rules of the game. The gun must be loaded by an independent adjudicator, who is impartial to the participants and not taking part in the game. Once the game has commenced, this person will act as referee. Only 1 bullet is to be placed in the gun for the duration of any one round. The number of participants in the game should not exceed the number of chambers in the revolver, or it won't be fair on the one fellow who doesn't get a go. After loading the revolver, the referee must vigorously spin the chamber, ensuring it makes at least 1 full revolution, and place the gun on the table in front of the first participant. There are many ways of selecting who takes the first turn. You may draw lots, select a high card, or if there are only 2 participants, you may choose to go with a simple coin toss. However, this part of the game is up to you, so why not be creative about it? Make it fun. After all, we're all here to have a good time, aren't we? Player number 1, for the purposes of this demonstration, Archie, takes the gun and aims it at his temple. Having readied himself with his favourite tipple, he then pulls the trigger. It is possible for the game to end at this point. Well done, Archie. You go through to the next round. The gun is now passed to the next participant, who in this demonstration is Bertram. If you are playing the modern European rules, the chamber is spun again by the referee, who then hands the gun to the next participant. This way, Bertram has just as much chance of success as Archie. If, however, you are playing the classical Russian version, favoured by seasoned veterans of the sport, the chamber must not be spun at all. This increases the likelihood of elimination with each player, thus making the game all the more exciting. Let's assume for the purpose of the demonstration that Bertram has pulled the trigger and the gun has not discharged. The gun is passed, as before, to the next participant, who for the purposes of this demonstration is Charles. Now, as we can see here, Charles has got caught up with the excitement of the game and has become far too squiffy to aim the weapon himself. The referee may, at this point, step in and discharge the firearm on his behalf. The gun is passed, as before, to the next participant, Quentin, who is understandably nervous, given his increased odds of elimination, especially if playing the classical Russian rules. Oh dear, that'll sting in the morning. It is acceptable in many cultures, though not mandatory, to make a friendly wager on the outcome of the game. If you are playing the 1937 Ukrainian variation known as Shmert, or Last Man Standing, the pot, as it's called, is collected by the eventual victor of the tournament. Literally, the last man standing. Alternatively, you may wish to play a sweepstake, where the pot is equally divided between the surviving players at the end of a round. He's only winged his frontal lobe. Though crippled, he is still alive. In this instance, there is no established course of action. It is up to the referee to decide how best to proceed. He may fetch him a stiff drink, call a doctor, or alternatively, he may finish the job. Once a player has been eliminated, the round is over. At this point, if you wish to play another round, you must reset the playing area. No? All right. Well, in that case, it's time to wrap things up. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Now, best get that mess cleaned up before the wife sees it. Goodbye, chaps. See you next week for a jolly game of Himalayan badger hurling. From London, the provinces, the Empire, to the rest of the world, a very good night.